Listen closely, because here's a truth most people never hear said out loud. When the world talks about survival, innovation, and the technology that keeps civilization from collapsing, it often leaves out some of the most important minds who made that survival possible in the first place. I'm talking about black inventors, people who created life-saving systems while living inside systems designed to ignore or erase them. And if tomorrow everything went dark, power grids failing, supply chains freezing, information shutting down, you would still be relying on their ideas to survive. Think about how fragile modern life really is. One major blackout, one infrastructure failure, and suddenly survival becomes about speed, efficiency, and adaptability. That's where one quiet but powerful invention steps in: modern traffic control. Garrett Morgan didn't just improve the traffic signal. He created order out of chaos at a time when roads were deadly. His system introduced the all-stop phase, the moment when everything pauses to prevent disaster. That's not just traffic engineering, that's survival psychology. In emergencies, knowing when to stop movement saves lives. You see it in military evacuations, disaster response, and even animal behavior. The lesson is simple, but uncomfortable. Sometimes the smartest move is knowing when to pause. Now shift to medicine, where survival becomes literal. Blood doesn't care about race, but history did. Dr. Charles Drew transformed how blood plasma is stored and transported, making large-scale emergency medicine possible. This wasn't theory, it was battlefield science. Plasma could be preserved, shipped, and used wherever bodies were breaking faster than doctors could respond. Every emergency room, trauma unit, and disaster response team today still depends on this system. The insight here is brutal, but real. Survival at scale depends on systems, not heroes. When you prepare for emergencies, you're not hoarding supplies, you're buying time. And time is exactly what refrigeration gives you. Frederick McKinley Jones changed the world by making portable refrigeration reliable. Before his invention, food spoiled quickly, medicine expired, and survival depended on location. After it, vaccines could cross continents, armies could move with stable supply lines, and cities could survive without being next to farms. In any blackout or collapse scenario, refrigeration is one of the first things people panic about, and for good reason. Jones didn't just invent a machine, he slowed decay itself. The takeaway is clear. If you can control temperature, you can extend life. Communication comes next, because isolation kills faster than hunger. Long before smartphones, black innovators shaped how light and signals move through space. Lewis Latimer improved the electric filament, making lighting reliable and affordable. Light isn't comfort, it's defense. It reduces accidents, extends productivity, and pushes back fear. In survival situations, darkness changes behavior. People panic. They make worse decisions. Latimer's work reminds us that visibility is a tactical advantage, not a luxury. Modern emergency lighting and low-energy illumination still follow this principle. Then there's the invention sitting quietly in many homes, waiting for the worst day of your life, the home security system. Marie Van Britten Brown created it because police response in her neighborhood was slow and sometimes non-existent. Her system used cameras, monitors, and remote locks decades before smart homes became a trend. This wasn't paranoia, it was threat assessment. In survival psychology, early warning systems are everything. Whether it's motion sensors in a city or tripwires in the wilderness, the rule stays the same. Distance from danger equals time to react. Even modern computing carries contributions most people never hear about. Mark Dean helped develop the architecture that allows computers to communicate with external devices. That might sound technical, but in survival terms, it means modular systems last longer. When one part fails, everything doesn't collapse. That's why military technology, spacecraft, and survival equipment are built in modules. The lesson is simple. Adaptability outlives perfection. Here's the realization that ties it all together. Black inventors didn't just change the world, they made it harder to die in. They solved problems created by danger, neglect, and pressure, and those solutions became universal lifelines. Traffic systems that prevent chaos, medical logistics that save strangers, refrigeration that slows decay, light that pushes back fear, security systems that buy reaction time, modular technology that refuses to fail all at once. And this matters to you right now because survival isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing what actually works when stress is high and margins are thin. These inventions weren't born in comfort. They were forged under pressure, tested in hostile conditions, and proven in the real world. So when the lights flicker, when systems feel unstable, remember this. Some of the strongest survival tools ever created came from people who were never expected to survive at all. And somehow, they made sure the rest of us could.